After the unimaginable success of Netflix's series Arcane based on the League of Legends universe, Riot Games is busy milking the hype. They plan to launch 2 League spin-off games in 2022. Which characters are these games about? What other plans does Riot have for League? Stay tuned to find out more. Firstly, Riot announces 2 new spin-off games. Riot Games introduced the game League of Legends to the world in October 2009. It's a team-based game where 2 teams of 5 members each are put against each other. The main concept revolves around destroying the enemy base. Players can choose from a wide range of 140 champions and learn their skills and powers. As interesting as that sounds, Riot has currently been diversifying the League of Legends universe and plans to release 2 incredible spin-off games. Each spin-off game gives the story and missions of a particular character from the League of Legends universe and helps players to explore their journey in detail. Where can we play these games? Players will be thrilled to know that Riot plans to make these games accessible on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Now we'll tell you all about the 2 new spin-off games called Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, and Convergence, a League of Legends story that Riot announced in November 2021. Everything you need to know about Song of Nunu. The awesome spin-off game Song of Nunu will allow players to navigate the game by allowing them to have a touching single-player adventure. The heartfelt journey developed by Tequila Works revolves around Nunu and Willump going on a quest in search of Nunu's mother. Which character will the players get to be? Since the narrative of the game centers on League of Legends champion Nunu in the single-player game, the players will be assigned to him as soon as it starts. What abilities does Nunu have? Players can enjoy using his magic flute and yeti. He's skilled in sliding down steep slopes, climbing high walls, and crossing weak bridges. How's the magic flute useful? Notes played on the flute can cause changes in elements present in the environment. We think this unique feature is a great detail added to the game. What purpose does Willump serve? The character will be present at all times to guide players like a personal assistant and sidekick. We think that's a great idea since many single-player games can be confusing to play. The thrilling adventure game is based in the world of Freljord and aims to explore how important Nunu and Willump are to each other. We think they share a sweet bond and can't wait to see what interesting missions the game will present to us. What is Convergence all about? Double Stallion Games aim to launch Convergence, a League of Legends story based on a character named Ekko. The setting of this spin-off game is based in Ekko's home, a humid part of Zon. Does this place sound familiar? We're sure it does. The nation of Zon is the main focus of the hit Netflix series Arcane, which is based on the League of Legends universe. What will the game be like? Convergence is a single-player game with a classic 2D look. Ekko's character will be able to use time rewinding machines and features. How will this help the players? According to developers at the Double Stallion Games, the useful feature will allow players to go back in time during combat and undo getting injured. Players will also have the privilege to travel back in time and fix any mistakes they've made. Wow, we think that's a very thoughtful feature for an action-adventure game. How will the story progress? The journey of Ekko surviving in the streets of Zon will allow players to learn tricks to outdo his enemies. With the help of the time travel feature, every player can make sure they navigate the game perfectly since they can simply undo their mistakes and have full control of every decision. This is the biggest advantage of the game and it makes the concept unique. We think it's a great way to encourage more critical thinking and decision-making abilities for young gamers. When does Riot Games plan to launch these spin-off games? As big fans of League of Legends, we are ecstatic that Nunu's character development will be explored in depth. Similarly, fans of Arcane are delighted to see a character as mysterious as Ekko getting his well-deserved spin-off game. Now, let's get into when Riot plans to launch these 2 games in an announcement in November 2021. The titles and brief synopsises of the game that have already established were released. However, so far there is no fixed date for when the games will be available. According to the developers, their goal is to release both spin-offs in 2022 and make them available for PC players first and foremost. The early announcement benefits Riot as fans of Arcane and other League champions are going crazy over the game characters. We hope the games turns out to be as daring as they're promised. Riot is making great use of releasing the best spin-off games right now as their Netflix series Arcane is gaining popularity daily. Now that we've explored the details about the spin-off games, let's see what other interesting updates are out there about a League of Legends. Riot responds to queries about healing and damage in League of Legends. SK Gaming support Eric Wesson and other diehard League of Legends players suggest Riot needs to bring about some changes. What are those suggestions related to? According to those who play League religiously, a 20% nerf to damage, shielding, and healing would improve the quality of matches much more. What response did the players get? Gameplay designer Brian Salvatore conducted an internal experiment to see what would happen if 20% less damage and healing were implemented. Riot made 3 intriguing conclusions about what changes these features would bring about. Firstly, it would make healing in League of Legends a more essential process. When damage is nerfed, it increases the value of healing to the player. Riot explains that during the trading in short lanes, champions are bound to face challenges against enemies. Healing becomes an important aspect as whichever player makes use of the ability first can fight their enemy and win the trade. Secondly, changes occur in the number of lanes. By making these changes, there will be more areas where nothing significant will be happening. This increases chances of survival and results in players being able to farm and counter damage later in the game. Lastly, champion types have been heavily impacted and become overpowered by these changes because they are based on shielding, damaging, and healing. This shows that these changes are good in theory only and make the game more difficult when implemented. We think this experiment provided great insight to both players and developers. Riot Games releases Hextech Mayhem and Ruined King. As promised beforehand, Riot released 2 highly anticipated games: Hextech Mayhem, a League of Legends story, and Ruined King, a League of Legends story, in November 2021. What's so interesting about Hextech Mayhem? It's based in the busy city of Piltover, and players are accompanied by the knowledgeable scientist Heimerdinger. Players will fulfill the role of a creature called Ziggs. Its abilities will allow players to bomb jump and bomb attack enemy forces. The rhythmic soundtrack is beautifully paired with the side-scrolling platform of the game, giving the player a very nostalgic feeling. The layout of this game will ring a bell to gamers that have played Bit Trip Runner series before. Where can gamers find Hextech Mayhem? It can be bought on Switch and PC for $8.09 only. Riot plans to launch the game to mobiles to cater to Netflix's gaming service. Moving on, we're going to explore the details about Ruined King, a League of Legends story. What's the plot? Ruined King features 2 regions in Runeterra, named Shadow Isle and the seaport of Bilgewater. What other League characters are a part of this game? Well-known champions such as Misfortune, Braum, Yasuo, Ahri, and Pyke show up to defeat a peculiar enemy. It's available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PS5, and PC for $24.99 Standard Edition and $34.99 Deluxe Edition. The game has special rune skin variants applicable to all champions alongside Lost and Found Weapon Pack and Ruination Starter Pack. Arcane League of Legends series renewed for a 2nd season. Arcane is a Netflix series based in the turbulent universe of League of Legends. The main story revolves around the lives of a Zar Knight named Violet teaming up with an enforcer from Piltover named Caitlyn. The 2 set out to defeat Silco, a villain of the Undercity, and free Violet's sister Jinx, Powder, from an evil shackles. When did the 1st season come out? Arcane's 1st season was available on Netflix in the 1st week of November 2021. The amazing response from League of Legends fans, gamers, and the masses resulted in it quickly becoming one of the biggest shows on the platform. The nerve-wracking cliffhanger had every viewer on the edge of their seat. Following the explosive response all over social media, the Riot Games CEO, Nicolas Laurent, decided to break the good news. In late November 2021, the CEO tweeted that Arcane Season 2 was in the works already, but it wouldn't be released in 2022. Why is this so? The head of creative department at Riot Games, named Greg Street, explained why the 1st season took 6 years to make. He responded that it was due to the COVID-19 restrictions that the show will take longer than usual to return to the TV screens. Development and production is a tough job, and to have it to do it flawlessly without meeting coworkers seems very hectic. We hope all preparations go smoothly and can't wait to see what happens next in the show. That's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching.